Garage goals become reality. This lift has been on the ground now for about a month, and it's time to finally unbox this Bendpak 10APX lift. This has been a dream of mine ever since I was a little kid to have a garage with a lift so I could work on cars myself. In today's episode, we're going to be unboxing this lift, and we're also going to be looking at the ground to make sure we put this lift in the right location so we don't drill through our radiant heat system. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. Dreams brought to reality today as we finally start the process of installing our Bendpak 10APX lift. So what we're gonna do today is we are going to, number one, look at the floor. We are gonna find out where our keep out area is. That's gonna require a little bit of cleanup, but basically we are going to measure off of these two walls to figure out on the floor where that keep out area is. The other technique we're gonna use to make sure we don't drill through our radiant floor is this Milwaukee Tool infrared camera. Once we get the rough keep out area marked out on the floor, we're gonna fire this thing up, and then we are going to turn this boiler up to high, and we are gonna get that floor cranking. And we'll be able to look through this and see exactly where the tubes are compared to the keep out area, just to make sure nothing moved or floated around when we were doing the pour. So let's get this camera flipped around, let's get this time lapse started, and we will get started cleaning up this corner so we can start measuring where this keep out area is. All right, guys, so this garage has not looked this good in a long time. We got everything kind of moved and shuffled. If you haven't built before in an enclosed space that you're not necessarily living in, you kind of just end up moving stuff from one side to the other, out of the way to the other side. And yeah, that's just kind of life as it is right now. So a little bit dusty in here right now because we just swept up, but the whole goal for today is to unbox the lift and prep for where the keep out area is. So I'm gonna put on the screen right now kind of the dimensions of the keep out area. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure off of this far wall this way, and then we're gonna measure off of this wall this way. So I'm gonna get my first measurement just along the wall. We'll put a mark on where it goes. And remember, you have to take account the wall thickness. So we are using 2x6 studs all the way around. And so this block, I believe, is 6-inch block. So we should be good to go for just estimating basically 6 inches off of the dimension that we have to set this keep out area. So we'll take the measurement here first. We'll kind of draw a little bit of a line, see where that is. Then we'll take the measurement along this wall, and then we'll draw a line and see where that is. And that will get kind of our front edge. And then we will go to the back edge of where this is. Ultimately, this should end up somewhere in between these two windows right here, and then we can get the entire rectangle marked out for where this keep out area is. And then we will check it by cranking up the heat on the boiler, getting the floor nice and hot, getting it going really, really hot. And then we will take a look through the IR camera and just verify where everything is, because I do know we have a line running right across the back here, up as tight to the wall as possible. We definitely want to avoid that. All right, guys, so we've got it rough laid out here. So you can see this mark on the wall here, as well as that mark on the wall there. This is 4 feet apart. And then to this mark here, we're basically 11'2" from the outside of the wall to this starting piece. So the whole issue here is we are going to have cabinets that run across the front. So you want to be far enough away so you can obviously pull the car forward and then still have room to walk in between the car and the cabinets. And then, but you also want to be far enough this way where when you pull in to the garage for your daily driver, you still have room to come in without getting in between the lift. So the lift itself is roughly 12 feet wide. So I've got this laid out here. We're obviously not going to put the bottom of the lift right on the wall, but I had the pad laid out to basically be 16 feet. So you can see this little corner here, as well as this little corner here. So this should be our keep out area right in here for the lift. We are going to validate that right now. I'm going to crank the boiler up, and then we're going to use the IR camera to make sure that we've got this keep out corner in the right location so that this should not have any PEX running through it. All right, guys, so the boiler has been heating, and now you can see the coils in the floor. So you can see where we've got the PEX in the floor. And so you can also see the keep out area, which is right here, over here. So again, let's try and find this little corner on the floor. So we'll find that, and then we can kind of come over here and see that, let's kind of point the laser. So that's kind of outside of that expansion joint. That is right where the first coil is. So if we go over here, we are in a good spot right here. So this is the keep out area is correct. We can also see this one coil that is running over here, if you can see. So we've got this one line that's kind of running right over here. And so we're basically right there, kind of right where that mark is on the floor is where it is. So again, that's probably roughly, I don't know, 6 inches, 8 inches off the wall, and we're gonna go 2 feet off the wall. So we should be in a really good spot to avoid all of that. So we can confirm that our corners are set and that the floor and the keep out area, nothing floated too far away. So now we can just, once we get the lift unboxed, we can kind of lay out everything for where the lift is going to actually sit off the wall and then off of this wall as well. We're getting set up for my son's birthday party out here, have a nice warm garage. So yeah, we will get to unboxing this in another day. All right, guys, so with the lift area marked out over here, we can now get to the unboxing of the lift itself. The big thing I'm doing here, all the packages are marked. Everything has the label on them, but I'm really looking for the anchors, and I need to measure the diameter of the anchors because that's one of the most critical pieces for installing the lift, is making sure you don't over drill the holes and drill them too big so that the anchors don't solidly engage with your concrete slab. So we're just going to do a little unboxing. We're going to take all the protective packaging off of the lift and we're going to get it unboxed. I'll show you some things along the way, and yeah, we'll go from there. And then next step will be the next episode of installing this lift. All right, guys, so this is one of the main boxes I've been looking for. It has some of the shims and pads and screws and bolts in here. And then down here, after you get under the hydraulic cables, or hydraulic hoses, and we have the lifting cables as well. Then you get to what I've been looking for, and that is the anchors. So these are the anchors. And so the big thing I need to measure is the diameter of these anchors, and then also verify that I have a socket that will be able to attach to the torque wrench to torque these down. So it comes with everything you need to torque everything down the way it needs to be torqued. It's got Loctite, it's got pads. So this was the big box I was looking for. So I will take a few of these out to get them measured, but we will keep unboxing here and keep moving along to get the wood off of the sides of the lift. All right, guys, so we have basically everything off of the lift. It came wrapped in this very, very thin, I don't even know what kind of wood to call it. It is very thin, very soft, but it's for basically protection of the powder coating of the lift. And so there's still the arms to take out, some additional pieces on the inside here that are still wrapped that need to get taken out. But you can see the two columns of the two posts ready to go and ready to be taken apart. So these are 15/16 nuts and bolts that bolt it to this protective and shipping. It's not really a container, but basically a shipping rack, so they can mount these together. And so I am going to wait to take it out of there. But one of the big things that you need to do is do some work on both of the posts while they're in this position on the ground before you stand them up. So in the next episode, what we're going to do is we are going to finish fully unboxing and unbolting and getting these two posts kind of on their own and get all the equipment out of there. But we got to our main mission, which was finding the anchors so we can measure and get the correct drill bit to drill into the concrete floor over here. So thank you so much for watching the prep and unboxing episode of this Bendpak 10APX two-post lift. I am so excited to get this thing installed this weekend. That will be in the next episode. We will get this thing stood up, we will get it bolted to the floor, and we will go through the process of installing this lift step by step to help you out. We're not professionals. If you don't feel like you have the wherewithal and the mechanical aptitude and the skills to install it, please go hire a professional to do it. We're gonna give it a go and see what happens. So we might get stuck, we might not, but the instruction manual is very, very helpful from Bendpak, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or if you want to call me an idiot, put that down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Detached Garage, and I hope to catch you on the next episode where we install this lift.